Hey, what's up, everybody? In here. So, this is going to be like my first impressions of the Saints Row that was released this year. I am playing it through the Epic Game Store because I'm playing this on PC, and at the moment, this title is only on the Epic Game Store. At the time of this video, if you plan to play this legally, it is a timed exclusive. I believe maybe by this time next year, it's definitely going to be on Steam, maybe 6 months from now. I'm not exactly sure. However, I want to talk about the performance first. How is the PC version of this game? It runs great when it can, and I'm gonna get into that. So for me, I have an i7 8700K, 64 gigs of DDR4 memory, and an RTX 3080. The performance of the PC port could be a lot better. Now, I am gaming above 60 frames per second. It's like, and this is just my experience, I haven't seen no other review of this on the game as far as YouTube goes, no Metacritic, no nothing. You know, I sort of went into it blind in a sense of reviews. I have seen others play it in terms of gameplay, live streaming it, but my experience is the game, even at a uncapped frame rate, it likes to default back to 65 or around 60 frames per second, even with VSync off and having an uncapped frame rate. For those of you that saw my G-Sync video, the game still runs smooth, even despite that being a reality. This game needs a patch or an update as soon as possible when it comes to correcting the frame rates. When I do the frame rate fix, basically you go into the display options, you go into the menu. Let's say I'm running the ultra preset, right? I turn it from ultra to high. The game goes back to what I'm supposed to be getting in terms of frame rate, which can be around 90 to 100 plus frames per second, give or take, depending on the scene in the game, right? But after you do that, and then after there's some gameplay and there's another cutscene like this, when it returns back to regular gameplay, the game does like to default back to like that 65 frames. It's almost as if the 65 FPS is like a soft cap on the PC version, if that makes sense. Now, I do have to talk about performance, you know, in this first impressions because I'm playing on the PC. Other than that, I'm liking the game. It's funny, it's goofy, it's not taking itself super seriously. Don't look at Metacritic or these social influencers or the mainstream media. They're taking a dump on this game. They're saying the game isn't good, the game is piss poor, the game is trash, yada yada yada. People that really don't even be into gaming like that have a strong opinion about this title. I came into this title knowingly that hey, this isn't a GTA. You know, this isn't going to take itself super seriously. This is going to be realistic graphics, the best graphical options, the best HDR implementation, the best at everything. Like, no, like this isn't that type of game. This is a game that it looks fine for its art style. The graphics I don't have any problems with, really. The gameplay is very fun. I just likes that it gives you everything that you need, but it just leaves you wanting more enough to where things can be improved, let's say for that Steam release. And at its current state, it's definitely playable and it's fine by my standards. They just need to do some patchwork, you know, when it comes to the performance. But as you can see in the upper left hand corner of the screen, I have my MSI Afterburner going on. and there's that 65 soft cap. Now I could have easily went into the menu, quickly changed it from ultra to high, just change anything in the display to where it can make the game go back up to 90 plus frames, but I didn't do it here because that's annoying. Still with G-Sync, if you saw my tutorial earlier, the game is still running smooth for me, even at that frame rate. But I will prefer if they do some work to where I don't have to do that frame rate fixed while playing the game. But there's pros and cons into everything. Getting more into the gameplay, the driving on this game, you know, it feels like driving. You know, it doesn't feel like wonky or anything. You know, during this section, I just had to get the timing down when it came to the cars. You know, nothing crazy. Wind up passing it eventually. You know, just me still getting used to the controls. You know, this is still very early on into the game. You know, this scene here is like a little bit after the first mission of the game. So I'm not deep into it. This is literally going to be my first couple of hours, my first impressions of just what I think so far. And I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it, guys. I don't have to listen to anyone or watch a review on YouTube or a Metacritic to decide whether or not to purchase a game. If I see gameplay, this is what I did. Shout out to the content creators here on YouTube. I saw Digital Foundry. I saw a gamer I met on Red Infamy channel called Cherry Man Gaming. Big shout out to him. He streamed this game on YouTube through Google Stadia, and I thought the gameplay was hot. So I just went on ahead and purchased it. You know, practice what I preach. It was a new release, and you know, there's never a drought. And playing this, it brings back that fun factor that maybe some people feel that is missing in current gaming. And trying this out, I'm having a blast with it so far. Upcoming, there's going to be like a section where it's going to be some shooting involved in this video. And I like the cover mechanics. The shooting isn't like the very best, but it gets the job done. You know, you get to point A to point B. The cover system works. The customization in this game, how you can fully customize your character from head to toe. That's very well implemented. The skill system seems very straightforward, where you make it into this area of the game, and they introduce you to the skill system, and you're able to see what you can do, you know, different levels, and you have different options that you can attach to your created character to increase your experience. I think it's nice. The main thing for me when I came into this game was not thinking that it was going to be another GTA, you know. Exactly. You know, I just wanted to have fun with it and just experience it for myself. Didn't really have any high expectations as others have had in the gaming community. And it was just one of those things where I sort of just went into it like, I just want to have fun. So that's exactly what I did. So that's about it. My first impressions of Saints Row, of this 2022 release, is that the game is dope. The game is fun. It's fun. And I didn't mind playing through the Epic Game Store. I paid the $60 price tag, and I don't regret it. So the performance on PC can be improved, but it's good enough to where I'm having fun with it. It's playable, and I know that maybe in the future this can be extremely solid to where those frame rates could be over 140, and that would be very interesting to play with that idea on a higher refresh rate monitor. So I just want to let you guys know that game is nice, dope, and don't listen to the critics. Listen to your own voice, your own thoughts, your own opinions. Try out these games for yourself. Get a real opinion on these games. Don't listen to these influencers out here. And then try to have your own opinion, you know, when it comes to these titles. And I think you'll be better off doing that. So I'm about to sign out. I'm going to let the rest of the gameplay go on in the video. And thank you guys for watching, and peace out.
You free and clear yet?
Not at all. I've got cops up the arse.
I'll pick you up on the other side of the bridge.
Well, shit.
Freeze!
Down on the ground!
You called for a ride?
You said you didn't want to risk your car.
I said I didn't want to risk it for rent. I'd risk anything for you dummies. So, is this how it's gonna be every time we have to pay rent?
I thought that went great. Yeah, okay. Maybe I can go back to running my old side hustles for extra cash. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. This town is full of opportunities, if you know where to look.